Good morning, this is BremSter, and from the Quads on Parade pack, I am now recording Quadrentropy, which is a Quadruples Global Entropy puzzle by Timotab. Yeah, I'm not sure on the difficulty of this one. I've been told it's not too bad, but I'm recording these puzzles from the pack so that I have video solves, and then we're going to use the solves and the testing results in order to put the pack together in order. So I'm recording this one fairly on in my recording stream, but I don't know where it's going to come in the release order, which is always a bit weird. It's just fun, so I can't really tell you much about what's come before or what's coming after because I don't know. So let's just have a look at the puzzle. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have quadruples. So in these quadruple circles, the digits in the circle must be placed in at least once in the 4 cells touching the circle. Now that's consistent ruling. In these, you can't have repeats because none of them are on region borders or box borders, but 1, 2, and 4 must appear in those 4 cells. 1, 4, and 5 in those. 5, 6, and 9 in those. There's no way to change that. That's just the rule. And of course, global entropy, which can be a tricky one. I don't know how it goes in this puzzle, but any 2 by 2 group of cells, any 2 by 2 group that you pick anywhere in the puzzle must contain at least one low digit from 1, 2, 3, one middle digit from 4, 5, 6, and one high digit from 7, 8, 9, which means I'm going to be coloring this grid. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So I can see here automatically. So we must put a 4 in one of those 4 cells, but we also have to put a 4 in one of those 4 cells. So the only overlap says that's a 4, which means that is a middle digit. Over here, I've got the same thing. 7 must be here, which means that is a high digit, because 7 has to appear in those and in those. In the middle box, I can do the same with 1. 1 must be in those. Okay. I can see something going on here, but I can't see how to use it yet. Yeah, I can't. Ooh, I think I can. But I'm going to finish this first. There is a 9 in the middle because there must be a 9 in those and a 9 in those. So that's a 9, which makes that a high digit. And in here, 1 is in those and in those. So that is a 1. But I think I can take this further. Can I start up here? Right. This is a low and 2 high because I have to put 2 high digits in here, but I must have a low in here. So this is a low and 2 high. This is 2 low and a high. So I can't put another medium in here because if I put another medium in here with 1 and 2, there's no high digit in here. So there's no medium in here and there's no medium in here, which means those are both the mediums and that is 5, 6. In here, yeah, this is the trick to this puzzle. And it's a nice trick. I like it. So in here, I can't put another high digit because I've got to put 2 lows in here. And then I have to put a medium. So I can't put another high in there. And down here, I have to put 2 mediums, which means I have to also put a low. So I can't put another high in there. So those are both high, and those become 8, 9. In here, I have to put 2 mediums in here, so I then have to add a high, so there's no other low in there. And in here, I have to put 2 highs, so I can't add a medium, so there's no low in there. So those are both low, and those are 2, 3. In here, I have to put 2 mediums, which means I have to add a low, otherwise I don't have one of each. Down here, I have to put 2 lows, so I have to add a medium. So there's no high in there, there's no high in there. Those are both high, and those are 7, 8. This isn't going to give me enough. There's going to be another trick. In here, I have to put 2 highs, therefore it's high, 2 highs and a medium, there's no low. 2 mediums and a high, therefore there's no low. Those are both low, and therefore they're 2, 3. Now, that's not quite enough. I see. There must be a 7 and an 8 in here. I can probably do this elsewhere, but that 7, 8, where does it go around here? It can't go in here, so that is a 7, 8. And it's that 7, 8. So whereas this 7, 8 is in one of those two. Okay, there must be something else I can do. So this 5, 6 Where is it in those? It can't go in those two, so it's there. So that is the medium 5, 6. So this is a low and a medium. This 8, 9 has to go there. So that is the high 8, 9. That's not enough. Okay. Oh, man, I'm hoping I don't have to colour each cell individually. Because that's going to be colouring that I am not good at. 4 is in one of those two. Because it has to go around that quadruple. 1 in this quadruple is in one of those two. If they were both low, that could work. Maybe. So I've got 4 in here. I've got 1 in here. 9 is in one of those two. 7 is in one of those two. So I've got 2 mediums in here, right? Oh, there is a 6 in one of those. Okay, so I can tell what is missing because 5 and 6 is in here. So the 4 has to be... Right. So the 5 and the 6 are the medium digits in here, but it can't be here. So the medium digit in here is 4, and it can't be there. So there's a 4 in one of those two. Down here, the high digit down here has to be the 9. There's a 9 in one of those two. Up here, the low digit in here is the 1. There's a 1 in one of those two. Which, interestingly enough, means that I'm now getting... This is 1, 4, 5, 7. So this is 1, 4, 5. There's no 1 there. There's no 4 there. That's interesting. So these are 2, 3, and 6. Right, I'm starting to figure out what these quads are. Because this is 4, 5, 9 without that being a 9. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, 8. And of course the 6 must be in here, but there's no 7 there. This is kind of interesting. But the 6 must be in here, so that's the 5. Oh, this is cool. Now this must have a 4 in it. So this is 1, 2, 4. There's no 4 there, there's no 1 there. So that's 1, 2, 4. So 1, 2, these are 3 and 6 now, and the 3, 6 looks like making that the 5. That's beautiful. Now what I was seeing is that 1 has to be in here and 1 has to be in here. And this is a standard quadruple trick. So it means that I can't put 1 in any of those. A couple of ways of looking at it. If I put 1 here, then 1 becomes here. And if I put 1 here, 1 has to go here. Either way, because 1 is in these cells, I'm taking up the 2 1s in row 2 and 3. The other way of looking at it is I can't put 1 here or 1 here. So where's 1 in row 1? It has to be in one of those cells. It can't be there. So 1 is in one of those. But similarly, 1 is in one of those two using the same quad logic. But in here, this is 4, 8, 9 because I have to put 4 and 8 in here, but I now also have to put 9 in here. The 4 is up here. That's not the 9. But therefore, these are 1, 2, and 3. But the 3 is looking up from down here saying they're not the 3. That's the 3. This is a 1, 2 pair. I should be colouring this. Do I even need to colour this? Probably. So let's do some more colouring. This is low. It's a global entropy puzzle. You kind of have to colour it. Can I colour any more? These are all low. One of those is low, so I know none of those are low. Okay. This is very cool. Okay. I haven't yet figured out exactly what's going on. This is 4, 8, 9. I haven't figured out exactly what's going on. Oh, this is 6, 7, 8. 6 is over here. So that is 3 and that is 6. So this is the low digit. This is the middle digit. There is a 4 in one of those, but I don't know that that's happening. This getting into here is going to be interesting. I don't have a high digit in any of that yet. So, right. And the thing is, it is the same logic in this box. In here, I must have the 4, 5, and a high digit. So I can't put the 6 in here, and the high digit must be the 7. This is 4, 5, 7, and this is 6, 8, 9. That's absolutely that's beautiful. That is so simple and elegant. One of these is a low digit. Okay. I will spot it at some point. The 3 makes that the 2, which makes that the 3. The 2 looks up taking 2 out of all of those, making that the 2, which is a low digit. The 3, 6. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll get there. Maybe. Maybe. All I know is my gut tells me maybe. So there is if this was 7, these are both low. So this is middle and high. This is middle and high. This is middle and high because these are both low. But that can't be 6, 7, or 8, or 5. So this can't be low because then I'd have too many lows. So this can't be the 1. This is the 1. That's incredibly cool. Because if that was the 1, I'd have 3 lows in here and I couldn't fit a medium and a high. So that is really nice logic. So this can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be low. It could be 4. It can't be 5. It can't be 6, 7, 8. So this is 4 or 9 only. Can I do the same here? It can't be low. So 4 it could be. It can't be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that one is less powerful. But this is now 4 or 9, isn't it? That's a 4, 9 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is a 4, 9 pair. So this is a medium and a high. So this is which allows that to be either medium or high because I've got my low, my medium, and my high in that 2 by 2. Okay, but that's not it. But have to put a high in one of those two. Have to put a high in one of those two. There's a 9 in one of those. I'm looking in the wrong place, but that's okay. This is a 4, 8, 9. So we know... wait, I've done this wrong. I have completely done that wrong. I'm going to roll that back. My logic in the middle there was right, but I've done this wrong, so I'm going to roll this back. This isn't 4, 8, 9. Now, I know this logic is correct, but I did wrong up here, because this has to have 1, 2, and a high digit. So this is 1, 2, 7. That is still correct. That is not the 7. But these are 3, 8, 9. And the 3 is in here. So the 3 comes out of here and the 3 goes into here. That is just me making a mistake. I'm not going to go back and re-record or anything. That makes this the 2 and this the 3. There's a 3 in here. This is a 2, 6. The 2 looks like making that the 6 and that the 2. Yeah, don't make mistakes like that, Brem. That would be bad. I am not fuzzy on that as a good bad thing. That was bad. These are 3, 8, 9. There's no 9 there. Okay, that I think is better. Okay, now, I think the logic... No, that doesn't resolve this, so I don't have that same logic. But I still know what these are, because I have to put 4, 5 in here, and then I need a high digit, which is an 8 or 9. So this is still 4, 5, 7. I have to put 8, 9 in here, and then a middle digit. So this is still 6, 8, 9. Okay, 1 is still in one of those two. This is still 6, 7, 8. So that is 3. So that is still low. And now I can use the same logic. That can't be the 1. That is the 1. There you go. I can still use the same logic. So even though I made a mistake, the same logic is available to me, and that is cool. Now, that has to be a high digit, because that is a low digit, and I don't have a high digit in that 2 by 2. So that is 789, and therefore high. High. It's not 7. So now I've got all the high digits along here. 6 is in one of those two, and now 6 can't go in any of those, because 6 isn't in any of those. Yeah, 6 is in those by Sudoku. So 6 isn't in any of those or any of those. So 6 is down here, but that's a pointing 6, so 6 is in one of those two, which is the middle digit in here, but I can... These could both be 6s if that's a low digit, which would have to be a 2 or a 3, which it could be. So, not sure. 7 is in one of those two by Sudoku. That's a 4-7 pair, isn't it? Yeah, this is 389. This is a 4-7 pair. Okay. Can I do more like that? Maybe. This is fun. Oh, that's a 6. What am I doing? What am I doing? That's not a 6. That's a 6. More deductions. That has to be a low digit now in order to get a low digit into that 2 by 2. Gotta have more deductions. It's like explosions, but not. This is a 4-9 pair, so I'm back at having this as a 4-9 pair. Okay. Now, these are 1, 2, 5, and 6, but there's no 1 in those. So these are 2, 5, and 6. It's a 2, 3. I'll be missing some basic Sudoku tricks, maybe, or is it entropy? Like, there's a middle digit in here. And it's not 4 or 6. There's a 5 in one of those two, which is saying that's not a 5. That's cool. There's a low digit in one of those. That can't be 1 or 2, but it could be 3. There's a high digit in one of those. There's a middle digit in one of those. I feel there has to be a low digit in one of those, because no, there's a 2 or a 3 in... Right, there has to be a 2... Right, there's a low digit in one of those, because this 2 by 2 needs a low digit, but I've already got all the low digits in this column. That is a low digit and is a 2 or a 3. Okay, that's something. And now these have to be different. I feel I'm doing this hard mode. If that's a high digit, that's all of the high digits in the box, because there's a 7 up there, and these would be the 8, 9. Maybe? If that's a 7, that is... And that would be an 8, 9. I can't see why that wouldn't work. There's a reason, but I can... Or there might be a reason, but I can't see it. These are different. If that's a 4, that's a 7, 8, 9. If that's a 9, that's a 4. That's a 4. If that's a 9, that's a 4. Is there a problem with that? Okay, what am I missing? I'm missing something. These are not middle. These are not middle. One of them has to be high, because I've already got 2 lows. Oh, there's a middle in this 2 by 2. That is a middle. That is not a 9. That's a 9, which is high. That is mid, which it has been for ages. The 9 makes that the 8, which says there's no 8 in any of those. That's the 8. That's the 9. That was way simpler. So now there has to be a 9. Well, the 8 makes that the 9. But now there has to be a 9 in one of those two. Can I repeat that trick? Yes. No, that is already low, so no. There is a high digit in here, but can... I do feel like I'm missing something fundamentally obvious. There's either a 6... There must be a middle digit in here, so there's either a 6 there or a 4 there. I know there's a 6 in one of those. That is a middle digit. That's already a mid digit. There must be a 1 in one of those, but I've already got that. One of those is low. In order for this, right, in order for this 2x2 to have a low, one of those has to be low because I can't put a low there. And that will be the third low in this row, and that can't be a 2. So that is a mid, which gives me my 3 here and my 3 here. I need to put a high. Right, so that's a mid. I need to put a high in one of those. That has to be the high, and it can't be 7 or 8. That's a 9. That is not a 9. That looks down, taking 9 out of those. That's a 9, which is high, which means this is now mid, which means it's not 7. Not 7. So the 7 is in one of those two. Possibly required, but very cool. That makes that the 4 and that the 9. Maybe there was an easier deduction. This needs to be mid now for this 2x2, and it can't be 5 or 6, so that's a 4. There's all of them in here. I still need to put a high digit in here, which has to be 7 or 8. I don't know. This needs a high digit, so that has to be high. And it can't be 9, so that's 7 or 8. This needs a low digit, so it must go there. And that could be any of them. Okay, that's unhelpful. There needs to be a low digit in here. It can't be 1. That could be low. Either of them could be low, I think. There's a low in one of those. That could be 1. That could be 3. And there's a low in here. There's a low in here. These are 1, 4, 5, and 7. There's no 1 in the middle. There's no 4 there. That's not it. This is 4, 5, or 7, isn't it? Yes. Where is 3 in this row? 3 is right there. So this is 2, 5, or 6. And it's not 6. So this is 2 or 5. And it's not 2. That's a 5. That is a middle digit, which makes that 6 and that 2, which is a low digit. Sudoku 3 and 2, which means this is not 2. This needs a high digit, so that becomes high. This needs a low digit in that 2x2, so that becomes low, which is 2 or 3. This needs a middle digit, so that becomes middle, which is 5 or 6. It's 5. It sees 4 and 6. Need to put a high digit in here. Now, that... And neither of those can be 7 or 9 because they see 7 there and 9 is looking at both of them. So there's an 8 in one of those two and that becomes a 7. So that is not the 7. That's the 7, which is a high digit. And that there is a low digit. This now, well, the 7 looks down, making that the 8, which makes that the 7. This isn't unwinding very quickly. This can't be 7 or 8, so that's 9. The 1, 2 pair in column 2 means that's a 3. I need to put a 6 in one of those two because I need a middle around here and 4 and 5 is not available. The 6 looks up saying that's not the 6. That's the 6. That's the 8. 8 is high. 6 is mid. So this is... Well, the 3 makes this the 1, and this becomes the other low digit, which is 2, which looks at making that 1 and that 2. The 1 looks across making that 5, which makes that 4 and that 1. 1 being low, 5 being mid. 4, of course, looks up making that 7, which is high, which makes this doing the color jumping, which makes that 4, which is mid, which is 4. Sorry, I'm losing my mind here. 8 and 3. 8 is high, 3 is low. The 2 looks now making this 1, so this is not 1. This is 2, 4. This is so much fun. The 5 looks down making that 4, which takes 4 out of there. The 5 makes that 7, which is high. This is not the... Get in the right mode. Mode switching is tricky. This is 5, which is mid. The 6, 8, I'm not sure how to resolve yet. This is so cool. So this needs a mid digit. I'm going to go back to using the mouse for colouring. This needs a high digit, so that is high. It's not 7 or 8, so that's the 9. This is not 5 or 6, so that's a 4. So there's no 4 in any of those two. This is 1, 5, 7, so that's the 4, that's the 5. The 4 looks back making that the 2 and that the 4, meaning this is low and medium. These are a pair. Well, there's no 5 there, that's the 5, so let's colour that. These are 2 and 7, and I'll use the 7 to make that the 2 and that the 7. 2 being low, 7 being high, this now being a 3. I need to put an 8 in the box. So let's put an 8 in the box, which makes that the 7, taking 7 out of there. Okay, this isn't 5 or 7, that's the 1, and that's because I already had all of the other 8 digits in the row, taking that out. The 5 here, of course, makes that the 7 and that the 5. While I'm trying to figure out the colouring and everything, it's all just happening. So these, I need to put a 2 in. I can't put a 2 there or there, so that's the 2, low 2. This is now 6 or 8. And these, I need to put a 3 in here, and it's not there. So this is the low 3. And this is also 6, 8. Sorry, do that in center mode. But I need to put a middle digit into that. So that is the mid. This is the high. This is the mid. This is the high. This is the mid. This is the high. I select all the mids and put in 6s. Select all the highs, put in 8s. 25 minutes, 36 seconds. I think that was slower than most of the tests that I saw, but I had a lot of fun exploring the grid, and I had to explain what I was doing. And I've got dry mouth for some reason, not that that's relevant to the solve. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. That's a really cool global entropy quadruple puzzle. I loved this simple break-in concept that you can get what these triples were based on it, and then it was just pointing all over the place. That was brilliant. Thank you, Timotab. That was great. Beautiful inclusion in the pack. Just wonderful. Thanks, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the pack, and as always, good luck with your solving.